Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today we're diving into the world of marine surveyors.
Oh, very important.
And you might be thinking, boat inspections, that doesn't sound that interesting.
Right.
But stick with us.
Yeah, please do.
We're going to uncover some really valuable insights
For
here
sure.
that could save you some serious headaches.
Yes.
And maybe even prevent a financial shipwreck later on.
Yeah, absolutely. We are talking about protecting your investment and making sure that you're not left high and dry when it comes to buying a boat.
Exactly. And for this deep dive, we've been looking at the website for Hamilton and Hamilton Marine Surveyors.
Okay.
It's a father and son team
Nice.
based in southeastern Florida.
Right.
And while their business is local, what they share about marine surveys is valuable for anyone anywhere who's thinking about buying a boat.
For sure. The principles of boat inspection are universal.
Yeah.
A good surveyor is a must-have whether you're in the tropics or up north.
Okay, so let's get into it.
Let's do it.
What exactly is a marine survey?
So think of it like a home inspection, but for boats.
Okay.
It's a top-to-bottom assessment of a vessel's condition.
Gotcha.
So a marine surveyor will meticulously inspect everything.
Uh-huh.
The hull, the engine, the electrical systems, the safety equipment, you name it.
So it's not just about looking for a few scratches and dings then?
Not even close.
Right.
They're looking for potential safety hazards.
Right.
Things that could sink the boat, cause a fire, or put lives at risk.
Wow.
They're also checking the structural integrity of the vessel, making sure it's actually seaworthy.
So this is serious business.
Yes.
You don't want to set sail on a ticking time bomb.
Exactly. A marine survey is all about protecting your investment
Right.
and, more importantly, ensuring your safety on the water.
It's like getting a car inspected before you buy it, right?
Exactly.
You want to know what you're getting yourself into.
And just like with a car inspection, a marine survey can reveal hidden problems that you might not catch on your own.
Okay, so let's say you're ready to take the plunge and buy a boat.
Okay.
What kind of marine survey do you need?
Well, Hamilton and Hamilton offer several types of surveys,
Okay.
each tailored to a specific purpose.
Perfect. Let's break those down.
First up,
The pre-purchase survey.
right.
What's the deal with that?
This is arguably the most important survey for any potential boat buyer.
Okay.
It's a thorough inspection that helps you figure out if the boat is actually worth the asking price.
Right.
It also uncovers any hidden issues that need to be addressed before you sign on the dotted line.
So it's like a safety net, making sure you're not buying a lemon.
Exactly.
And it gives you some bargaining power, too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If the survey uncovers issues, you can use that information to negotiate the price with the seller.
100%.
You got it. Knowledge is power.
That's right.
And a pre-purchase survey gives you the ammo you need to make a smart decision.
For sure.
Now, what about insurance surveys?
Okay.
They mention those on the website as well.
Right. Insurance surveys are often required by insurance companies and lenders.
Okay.
They're similar in scope to pre-purchase surveys, but the main goal here is to assess the boat's value for insurance purposes.
So they want to make sure the boat's insured for the right amount.
Exactly. The insurance company doesn't want to overinsure or underinsure the vessel.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, they also mention appraisal surveys.
Mm-hmm.
When would someone need one of those?
You typically need an appraisal survey when you're selling a boat,
Okay.
donating it, settling an estate,
Right.
or dealing with legal matters.
Yep.
It provides an independent assessment of the boat's fair market value.
So it's basically like getting an appraisal for a house.
Exactly. It gives you an objective valuation that you can use for a variety of purposes.
Okay, so we've covered the main types of surveys.
Yeah.
But Hamilton and Hamilton also offer some pretty interesting additional services.
Oh.
Some of these really caught my eye, like video presentations for remote buyers.
Oh, yeah. That's a fantastic option for buyers who can't physically inspect the boat
Right.
in person.
Yeah.
It allows them to virtually see the boat and get a tour from the surveyor.
It's like a virtual open house for boats.
Exactly.
And then there are sea trials where they actually take the boat out on the water and put it through its paces.
Yeah. Sea trials are crucial for assessing the boat's performance under real-world conditions.
Right.
The surveyor will check things like engine performance, handling, and overall seaworthiness.
And get this, they even offer infrared thermal imaging.
That's right. Infrared imaging can detect hidden problems like moisture intrusion,
Wow.
electrical faults, and engine overheating.
That's some high-tech detective work. It seems like these guys really go above and beyond to make sure their clients have all the information they need.
They absolutely do.
Yeah.
And it shows how committed they are to providing comprehensive and accurate assessments. This father-son duo brings a wealth of knowledge to their business.
And they're both members of the Association of Certified Marine Surveyors,
Right.
which really speaks to their professionalism and credibility.
Absolutely. It's reassuring to know that they're qualified and experienced professionals.
Now, some of you might be thinking, okay, this is all very interesting, but why should I care about marine surveys if I'm not planning to buy a yacht anytime soon?
That's a great question. Even if you're not in the market for a boat right now,
Yeah.
understanding marine surveys can make you a more informed consumer.
Right. It's like having a secret weapon in your back pocket, even if you're just window shopping for boats.
Exactly. You'll have a better appreciation for the complexity of boat ownership
Right.
and understand just how important due diligence is.
Yeah.
And if you ever decide to buy a boat,
Right.
you'll know exactly what to look for
Yeah.
and what questions to ask.
It's about approaching the process with confidence and avoiding costly mistakes down the line.
Couldn't said it better myself.
Plus, let's face it, it's just plain fascinating to peek into this specialized world.
Yeah.
Most people never even think about it.
And that's what makes the deep dive so much fun. We get to explore all sorts of niche topics and uncover these little gems of knowledge.
Okay, so we've laid the groundwork.
Right.
We know what a marine survey is and why it matters.
Yes.
But let's get into the nitty-gritty. What are those surveyors actually looking at when they inspect a boat? What kind of red flags are they searching for?
Let's dive into those details. For starters, a pre-purchase survey involves a very close examination of the hull,
Okay.
both above and below the waterline.
Okay, let's talk hull inspection.
Yeah.
What exactly are they looking for?
So they'll be checking for cracks, blisters, and any signs of osmosis.
Osmosis.
Yeah.
That sounds a bit like a science experiment gone wrong.
It can be.
Okay.
Basically, it's when water molecules seep into the hull's gel coat
Right.
and cause delamination.
Uh-huh.
This weakens the hull structure and can lead to some seriously expensive repairs.
Yikes. Good thing we're just talking about this and not actually buying a boat.
Right.
But seriously, it's amazing how much goes into these surveys.
Yeah,
They're not just glancing at the engine and giving it a thumbs up, are they?
definitely not. They'll
Oh.
check the engine's compression, look for leaks, examine the belts and hoses,
Right.
and even test the electrical systems.
Yeah.
They're leaving no stone unturned.
What about safety equipment? That seems like a pretty critical part of a marine survey.
Absolutely. They'll inspect life jackets, flares, fire extinguishers, navigation lights,
Okay.
all the essential safety gear. You
Right.
want to make sure everything's in good working order
Yeah.
and meets the required standards.
So it's not just about the boat itself, it's about making sure it's equipped to handle emergencies
Right.
and keep everyone on board safe.
Exactly. A marine surveyor is looking at the big picture. The boat's condition, its safety features,
Right.
and its overall seaworthiness.
Now, I'm really curious about those additional services they offer,
Okay.
especially the infrared thermal imaging.
Right.
What kind of hidden problems can that reveal?
Infrared imaging can detect things that are invisible to the naked eye.
Uh-huh.
Think of it like X-ray vision for boats.
Okay.
For example, it can pinpoint areas of moisture intrusion in the hull, which could indicate a leak or potential structural damage. It can also detect electrical faults, like overloaded circuits or loose connections, which could be fire hazard. And it can identify overheating components in the engine, which could signal a serious mechanical problem.
That's incredible. It's like they're giving you a complete health checkup for the boat,
Yeah,
inside and out.
that's a good way to put it.
You know, listening to all of this makes me realize that buying a boat is a lot like buying a house.
It is.
You wouldn't buy a house without a home inspection,
Right.
and you shouldn't buy a boat without a marine survey.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah,
Both are big investments,
right.
and both require a thorough inspection to make sure you're not getting in over your head.
And just like a home inspector, a marine surveyor is there to protect your interests and make sure you're making a sound investment.
They're your advocate in the world of boats, helping you navigate the complexities and make informed choices.
Speaking of informed choices,
Yeah.
I'm curious about that boat or yacht purchase consulting service that Hamilton & Hamilton offers.
Right.
What exactly does that involve?
So it seems like they'll work with you as a consultant, almost like a buyer's agent.
Okay,
But for boats,
gotcha.
they'll help you determine what type of boat best suits your needs,
Okay,
considering your budget, how you plan to use it,
right.
and your level of experience.
Right.
They can also help you understand those pre-purchase survey reports
Mm-hmm.
and even assist with negotiating with sellers.
That's fantastic. It's like having a personal boat buying concierge.
It is.
You know, it's amazing how much we've learned just from exploring the Hamilton and Hamilton website.
I know, right?
Who knew there was so much to know about marine surveys?
It really shows the power of taking a deep dive into a subject, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We often take things for granted, like the safety of a boat,
Right.
without realizing the depth of knowledge and expertise that goes into ensuring that safety.
And it's not just about safety. It's about making smart decisions,
Yeah.
protecting your investment,
Right.
and having peace of mind when you're out on the water.
Exactly.
And that's what makes a marine surveyor such a valuable resource.
Yeah,
They're the unsung heroes of the boating world,
they are.
working behind the scenes to keep us safe and informed.
Absolutely.
Well said. And speaking of heroes,
Yes,
the backgrounds of John and Stuart Hamilton are so impressive.
they are.
Serving in the Navy,
Wow.
being instructors at a top maritime school, owning and rebuilding boats themselves.
Right.
They've clearly lived and breathed the marine world for decades.
Absolutely. Their combined experience is remarkable.
Yeah.
It's not just textbook knowledge, it's real world, hands-on experience.
Right.
And I think that's invaluable in this field.
They've seen it all, from minor repairs to major overhauls.
Yeah.
They bring that wealth of knowledge to every survey they conduct.
It's like having a seasoned captain and a skilled mechanic all rolled into one.
Yeah.
They're not just inspecting the boat, they're understanding its history, its quirks, and its potential.
Now, before we wrap up this deep dive, there's one more service offered by Hamilton and Hamilton that I wanted to touch on, and it's
Yeah.
a bit more serious.
Well?
They handle accident and fraud investigations.
Yes. That's a side of the marine world most people don't think about.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, accidents do happen.
Yeah.
And sometimes there are even cases of insurance fraud.
Right. And in those situations, having an experienced marine surveyor who can objectively assess the situation and provide expert testimony can be crucial.
Absolutely. They can help determine the cause of an accident,
Right.
assess the extent of the damage,
Right.
and provide evidence to support insurance claims or legal proceedings.
It's like having a marine detective on your side,
Is.
unraveling the mysteries of the sea.
Exactly. It just goes to show the depth and breadth of expertise a marine surveyor can bring to the table.
You know, one of the things that has impressed me most about Hamilton and Hamilton
Yeah.
is their willingness to go above and beyond
Yeah.
the standard survey services.
Right.
They seem to be constantly expanding their offerings to meet the evolving needs of boat owners.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
They even say on their website that if you don't see the specific service you need,
Right.
just ask.
Yeah.
It speaks volumes about their flexibility and commitment to being a one-stop shop for all things marine survey.
They even offer things like oil sample analysis, moisture meter testing,
Right.
and corrosion inspection analysis.
Wow.
It's like they've got every base covered.
And that's what makes them such a valuable resource.
Well,
They're not just ticking boxes.
Right.
They're providing a holistic approach to boat inspection and evaluation.
They're truly partners in the boating journey,
Yeah.
helping you make informed decisions every step of the way.
Absolutely.
So as we wrap up our exploration of marine surveyors, let's recap the key takeaways.
Okay.
First and foremost, marine surveys are essential for protecting your investment and ensuring safety on the water.
Absolutely. Whether you're buying, selling, or just making sure your boat is properly insured, a marine surveyor is your go-to expert.
And remember, there are different types of surveys for different needs.
Yeah.
So choose the right one for your situation.
Right.
Don't be afraid to ask questions.
Wow.
A good surveyor will be happy to walk you through the process,
For sure.
explain their findings, and address any concerns you might have.
They're your advocate, your guide in the world of boats.
Yeah.
And as we've seen with Hamilton and Hamilton, there are some truly passionate and experienced surveyors out there
Yeah.
who are dedicated to providing top-notch service and expertise.
Well said.
Thank you.
So as you head back out into the world,
Yeah.
armed with this newfound knowledge of marine surveys,
Right.
remember to prioritize safety and informed decision-making.
Yeah.
Whether you're a seasoned sailor or just dreaming of life on the open water.
Okay.
And if you ever find yourself thinking about buying a boat,
Yeah.
remember the words of wisdom we've shared today.
Right.
Do your research, ask the right questions, and most importantly, get a marine survey. It could be the smartest investment you ever make.
Absolutely.
Until next time, fellow knowledge seekers, happy sailing.
Happy sailing.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.